back to normal, back to the 70s. But I'll say overall, it has been amazing out there.
I haven't turned my ceiling fan off in 5 years, but
Yeah.
that doesn't matter.
Yes, I always
right now I can turn the air off and I can actually
Yes.
open up the windows because it feels so nice outside. I'm looking
Exactly.
forward to being outside today. Thank you, Raven. This is I-10 at Clearview Parkway, and as y'all can see, no weather impacts out there on the roadway. That's some good news for all the folks who are hitting the road at 6:01 on this Tuesday morning. Looking at the Bonnie Carey Spillway, mile marker 210, mile marker 218. Both ends of the spillway look real good, even though I'm starting to see that volume pick up. Still averaging 65 miles an hour to get you across the spillway if you're headed towards Kenner. Looking at the NO Metro, I-10 at Williams and Kenner, I-610 at Canal Boulevard. I would say the cams match the maps. Everybody has the green light so far. No crashes, congestion, delays to report for you. So let's go on up to the North Shore. This is the Covington, Madisonville, Mandeville camera or map. I-12 at US 190 interchange. As you can see, things are flowing smoothly on 12, on US 190 as folks are approaching the Causeway Bridge or getting wherever they're going this morning. This is I-10 at Franklin Avenue, and as you can see, things are starting to pick up, but I don't see any red brake lights, any long string of backup. So that's some good news. If something major happens, you want to stick with us right here on WDSU. I'll be the first to let you know before you go.
And Brandi, while you're comforting.
6:19 on this Tuesday. Let's get everybody on time this morning. This is I-10 at Vets, and as you can see, volume's starting to pick up, and this is one of those first spots where some of that earlier congestion in Kenner will start to clear out. So for right now, no congestion to report. So that's some good news. And when I look at all of the area, all of our viewing areas, you can see everybody has the green light. No crashes, congestion, heavy delays to report for you. So far, we are approaching that prime time hour of commuting. So we will start to see some backups over the next 45 minutes or so. Looking right now at the high-rise bridge, as you can see these headlights, that's I-10 westbound. Again, the number of cars out there is starting to increase, but still 65 miles an hour to get you over the top of the high-rise bridge on the westbound side. So that's some good news. Looking at the Claiborne flyover now, and again, big increase in the volume, and you can see that right there where the camera is where you're seeing a slight backup, still averaging 35 miles an hour to get you towards that Pontchartrain Expressway. But again, we're approaching that prime time hour of commuting. We'll start to see thousands and thousands of more cars hitting the road at the same time, and you will start to see some of those delays. I-10 at Williams, not seeing it yet, still has the green light. I-610 at Canal is seeing a pickup in volume, but cams match the maps. Everybody has the green light. Drive times still look good. Everybody has the green light on their drive time as well. That will likely change over the next hour or so. I-10 at Chef Mentor Highway, pretty much the same thing. Volume, no slowdowns, congestion, delays. That could change, so I'll be the first to let you know. Stick with us right here on WDSU. Thank you so much, Raven. 6:31, let's get you out the door. I-10 at Chef Mentor Highway, still seeing the pickup in volume and a little bit of a slowdown so far. No crashes to report for you, which is some good news for everybody out there. Looking at the high-rise bridge now, seeing that pink in the sky from the sunrise on the high-rise, and I'm seeing a tiny smidgen right here of yellow. That's where a lot of cars are hitting the road at the same time. Now, it does clear up when you get to the top of the bridge, averaging 65 miles an hour, but like I said, you can see right there that the sheer number of cars on the roadway is starting to increase as we get closer to the prime time hour of commuting. Looking at the NO Metro, I-10 at Williams facing westbound, I-10 at Norman C. Francis, much of the same. Cameras match the maps, but we are seeing more cars out there. We'll start to see some of those red and yellow lines developing out there on the roadways on the maps. But looking at the Terry Parkway camera on the elevated West Make Expressway, the Huey P. Expressway, and the CCC all have the green light so far. Ferries, partial service. The Chalmette Ferry is reportedly out of service due to inspection this morning, so I'm going to keep a close eye on that for y'all, but the Canal Street Ferry is in service. Drive time still look fantastic at 6:32. If something major happens, take this as a chance to download the WDSU News app. If something happens, I'll push it to your phone through that app, but for right now, things look good. I'll be back in a few minutes with much more.
Brandi B.
Speaking of the beach, looking forward to summer break. But for right now, let's enjoy this spring-like feel outside at 6:49. And some of these folks might actually have their windows down. Maybe not, because they are coming to some stops. If you can see these red brake lights right here, that congestion is starting to pick up for the folks who are going downtown and all about. Looking at this, I do have a crash to report for you. I do think it's a serious crash because it's blocking 2 lanes, which is pretty much all of Airline Highway heading eastbound near Apple Street. This is St. John Parish. As you can see here, it is causing some congestion, and that congestion is really growing. That's Airline Highway eastbound near Apple Street. So that's folks driving in towards the city. If I were you, you should take the interstate, because looking at the Bonnie Carey Spillway, it is free and clear. Mile marker 210, mile marker 218. Not even seeing that congestion where I-55 southbound merges with I-10 eastbound so far this morning. Then I also have a problem spot coming off the high-rise bridge. As you can see, we've got some a stalled vehicle here. DOTD is there to help, and it looks like the drive time is actually, or speed is actually starting to improve. within the last few minutes. This was 45 miles an hour to get you over the high-rise bridge. It's been bumped back up to 65 miles an hour, which is average. So that's some good news. NO Metro, much of the same. I-10 at Williams, I-610 at Canal Boulevard. Maybe we have another crash. So obviously volume is certainly starting to pick up, and that includes the drive times as well. So I'm going to keep a close eye. I have a stalled 18-wheeler here at Norman C. Francis. So there's a lot going on as a whole lot more cars are getting on the roadway. 6:51, I'll be back with much more you need to know before you go. All right, thank you so much, Raven. 6:56, I-10 eastbound as folks are approaching the high-rise bridge. I've got a stalled vehicle. DOTD is there to assist that driver. And then I had a crash at Claiborne and Legion Fields. That's cleared out. So that's some good news as we are approaching the prime time hour of commuting. I also had a crash that was blocking 2 eastbound lanes on Airline Highway, and that has cleared out. So all great news as we are approaching that prime time hour of commuting. Then looking at the NO Metro, I-10 at Williams is already starting to see some backups. You see the red brake lights there. It'll definitely clear up when you get into Metairie. I-610 at Canal, seeing an increase in volume, but no real slowdowns. Drive times are a mixed bag, and fingers crossed, do we have anybody dropping a line? No. I did see a truck that had already dropped off a boat this morning, but I don't see anybody out there in the water. But if you are out there in the water or going to the water, sending y'all some